entrepreneur. We're entrepreneurs, and we interview entrepreneurs every single week here in Ryan's World. And I now have a co-host, Frankie.
Hello. Every Ryan's World needs his Garth, and I'm the only blonde.
There you go. We just need a guitar now.
Party on, Ryan.
Party on. Garth, or should I say Frankie? This week we have Peter SennYuen, who is the founder of Medical Bound. If you've ever seen any of the videos on our site, they were done by your firm, Peter, which you just did an awesome job. So thank you for coming on the show. We're all eternally grateful for you coming here.
Sure thing, man. Glad to be here, brother.
Awesome. And just, your entrepreneurial journey, it's a pretty interesting journey. You definitely didn't start filming videos and things like that. Why don't you give us a little background on how you started your journey and how you got to where you are now as the founder of Medical Bound?
I was just like everyone else. I went to school because that's what I was supposed to do,
Yep.
Didn't really, I went to school, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was just kind of trying to find my way. So I had so many different careers. I majored in both jazz and physical therapy.
You're doing nothing with
that.
No, nothing. Total opposites.
Well, jazz is every day. That's life. Right. That's just life. So that was important.
And after years of doing that, when the market started to change, I just didn't feel it was a fit for me. So I started to explore other things like my passions, and I decided to go back to school for photography. This is going back 16 years ago.
Yep.
And
not that long ago.
No. And my professor at the time told me, if you want to be a photographer, just drop out and be one. Don't waste time in school.
Your professor told you to just drop out of school.
Just drop out of school and be one, because
pretty good professor.
Yeah,
That's him.
Yeah.
Not a good salesman.
He must have.
He immediately got fired.
We actually work together now. So it's funny.
So the professor told you to drop out to pursue your passion. Is now a guy you work with.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Full circle. Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I went out and started to just shoot everything. I used to walk into hotels and say, "Hey, listen, let me shoot your lobby." I just wanted to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I started shooting fashion, and then when you start to deliver content to people, photos and images, they automatically say, "Well, we need to find someone to do this, and we need to find someone to do that." So I just kind of started connecting with lots of people to create my own sets and my own styled shoots, and then that started to catch wind, and just like anything else, you just continue to build on it, So anytime I was offered an opportunity, I would just say yes.
Just say yes, and you would figure out somehow to put it all together.
Somehow to put it all together.
Yeah, because I know when you did our shoot, you came in here, you had all the creative people lined up, so we didn't have to do anything, which was amazing. Yeah.
We had someone pick our outfits. It was beautiful. We were like, which one? But no, it was a full process, and it was a very holistic journey. And I think people get confused that they don't think let's just take a picture isn't the same as let's put together an entire video of our company and show what we represent. And your company does that.
Right. No, it's definitely part of the journey, man.
Well, Frankie found one of your really cool taglines online. What was it, Frankie?
Yes, the web is thirsty.
Yes.
What does that mean, Peter? We want to know.
What does that mean? Yes.
We're thirsty to know.
I read it, I saw it, and I was, Googling your name, and I was like, immediately, what is this? I had to Google more.
Right. Yeah. Well, the web is thirsty just means, the web is thirsty for content.
Good
content. Anytime and good content, relevant content.
Definitely.
The kind of content that makes people want to know who you are, the culture of what you represent, your business, your brand, your friends, your family, everything. It's, and the people that produce high quality content seem to be respected for it.
Yeah. Content is king, is what I've always heard.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you go? And we were talking about this earlier. How do you go from delivering, original content that may be, trendy now, like those seamless ads on the subway? Just all the subway ads seem to have the same kind of, mechanisms. How do you go from doing something that's just, in trend to just belaboring a point? Like, how do you make sure you stay, original and fresh?
I think that's a great question. I think normally when you see things on the subway, there's a whole strategy involved to focus on a specific demographic of people. I think that when you're sharing the actual culture of your brand, it's totally different. You know, I think it's important to align yourself with as many creative people or a creative team that really intimately knows who you are and what you stand for. And as you know, our process, we really spend time getting to know people. And by doing that, we get to create things that actually represent an individual or a team.
Makes it more authentic.
More authentic.
Yeah,
you know,
sense.
and by doing that, you pull the best out of people, and you're actually, you know, able to connect with them and pull them outside of their box a little bit. You know, and I think by doing that, you generate truly authentic content, like you said. But there's also strategic content that works when you're trying to, I see a lot of the brands that you're talking about that are starting up and they want to make the largest impact possible. And it's from subways to the tops of taxi cabs to the LED screens of the bus stops. And that's, you know, a major digital ad campaign, and it's used in certain markets, you know.
Interesting. And you do, I think, just the best job at it, because you're doing videos for people that are, you know, boring industries like finance, you know, boring industries.
What do you mean, Frankie? Time out. Exciting industries like finance.
You know, I just watched a video from Peter today of a dentist, which, you know, people fear the dentist. People don't think the dentist is, you know, like a fun, sexy topic. And the video, I was like a movie. I was like HBO. It was amazing. So how do you do that? How do you make these like topics that are just like mundane and just so hip?
You know, I think, again, you know, if you're focused on the field that you represent, you know, sometimes it can get boring. You know, you have to reach out to people on things that they're thinking about every day. You know, what it means to be authentic. You know, if you're talking about, you know, money, I mean, that's great, but authenticity appeals to everyone, and all those people that are looking to be authentic, you know, they have issues with their finances. So it's about shifting things sometimes. You know, and I think that to take something that's normally boring, you know, for most people, they only think about going to a dentist when they have pain or some sort of situation of broken
6-month cleaning.
6 month cleaning.
Like clockwork.
You know, but I think that if you focus on the things that make them authentic people, then they're approachable and people have more interest.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a cool way of looking at it. I like it. Yeah. Very cool.
You have to check out the commercials. It's the coolest dentist in the world.
It's on medicalbound.com.
Yep.
Check out the samples there on medicalbound.com. You know, another question is, I mean, you're in your entrepreneurial journey right now. What is one of the greatest challenges you've had being an entrepreneur? You know, what's been one of the more challenging things that you've really had to go through?
I think, you know, when you do creative things, there's always an opportunity to take things to the next level after that.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, and I think, you know, I'm at a place now where, you know, when you first start out, you want to get as many clients as you can, and you want to produce as much creative content as possible and build as many websites as possible and all that good stuff. But I think now it's finding the relationships to create content that is far outside of the realm that I've ever done.
Okay, give us an example of that. I like that.
Yeah.
You know, I think that, you know, we focus on the medical industry, but we also focus outside of the medical industry as well.
Okay.
And
hence the name Medical Bound. I never put two and two together.
Okay. So, you know, Bound Creative is also a part of that. But, you know, in this industry, like, I never thought that, you know, we'd be doing funny commercials where somebody's dentures fall out of their mouth, when normally it would be, you know, an interview or a testimonial. So now after this, we've gone into full-scale cinematic production to represent brands and individuals, which is a totally different way. I don't think you've ever seen medical professionals documented in that way. You know.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah.
And now it's, you know, it's building full-fledged creative commercials that represent brands that you would never think would ever have the opportunity or think from that mindset, you know?
Yeah.
You know, where most people are thinking about pushing ads and other things, it's more of what kind of content can we create that has never been created before. And that excites everything now. It's a totally different way of thinking.
It really is. I mean, just seeing like some of the videos on your website, it goes from, you know, the 1 in 5 dentist approved this to just this whole video that was just, you know,
clearly we all need to see
this
this video.
You're just like trapped. It's cool. I was watching. I was like, what am I watching? Why am I so focused on this? I was like, he is the dentist.
And just to wrap up, if you could give one piece of advice to entrepreneurs out there listening, you know, what's one great piece of advice that you could give from your entrepreneurial journey?
I think that, as an entrepreneur, not everything always works out the way you expect it to.
Oh yeah.
And I think that,
that.
I think that, holding to your vision that you've always wanted and doing the things that you love to do. Like doesn't matter if I'm working a weekend with no sleep, straight through the weekend with my crew, it never affects me because I love it. And I think no matter if I'm making $5 or $50, it doesn't really matter because I love what I do. I was just lucky enough that it turned into something that I didn't expect. I didn't go into it thinking about making a lot of money.
Your professor just told you to drop out of school.
Yeah, just do what you love. And I think that that's true. And we live in a day and an age where, you could be an ice sculptor, nobody knows who you are, and then all of a sudden somebody visits you, they walk into your garage in some town like Woodstock, New York, and they take an Instagram photo of you, and all of a sudden everybody's coming to you for ice sculptures, and you're just doing what you love to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's the time that we're living in.
Absolutely.
And it just makes it beautiful. Yeah. So just do what you love, man.
Beautifully put. That's Peter SennYuen. Thank you for coming on the show.
Of course, brother.
I mean, I have a lot of things I gleaned this morning, Frank. I don't know about you, but just, doing what you love, authenticity with the content. I mean, there's not a lot of it out there if you think about it.
It's an open field for everyone right now.
Yeah, it is an open field. You're right, it is. Yeah, even a financial firm can make a good video if you hire the right person.
Check out Peter's work on Payne Capital's website.
So thank you very much for coming. Check them out at medicalbound.com. They do some great work. Again, you can check out the work Peter did on our website. That's Ryan's World. This is my new superstar host, or actually co-host, Francesca Lagrateria. We'll see you next week. Thank you.